You're leaning on the pitchfork with Trace and Matt. All right, we're good. We're on. I think we're ready.
Okay, let's go. I've started recording, so...
oh, yeah. So what are we doing now?
we're going to record 10 minutes of TikTok. Hello, everyone. Matt, say hi.
Hello? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's not live
There
because we can't go live yet because we don't have enough followers.
Interesting. Okay.
But we can always post, so...
All right. This is
Episode 6
episode 6.
of
Not
Leaning on
bad.
the Pitchfork.
Yeah, good day and welcome to the one and only Everything About Nothing podcast, Leaning on the Pitchfork, the podcast that gives you a break from chores to shoot the breeze. I am Matt.
I'm Trace.
So grab your forks and
Let's
lean on.
lean on and gab away everything about nothing. So, cheers. I got...
oh, yeah, cheers. Yeah, so go on.
Well, I got you and I cups with our logo on it.
Lovely cups.
And then on the back are one of many goofy pictures. Oh, I'm making a lot of noise.
No, that was me.
And all that. And hold on, I got to... Tanya Mitchell. Oh, she's going to kill me for this. She doesn't know I'm doing this, so that's okay. Oh, no. What did I do with her card? Oh, here it is. Lucky Arrow. Custom Gifts and Appeal. Tanya Mitchell. If you look her up on probably Facebook. Well, she's on Facebook and all that. She does lovely jobs. So I had her make us these cups.
What I would call the front of it is our Leaning on the Pitchfork logo.
Yeah.
And when I say front, I mean, so I am right-handed. The handle's on the right side.
Yeah.
And I hate it when you have a mug and the main focal point is towards you. I want it to be advertising out. That's good. But on the inside, I get to see this funny, silly picture of us making a weird face. I don't know with whose phone.
I think I showed it already, but here...
There's a game Trace plays at work.
Everybody can see it there.
If someone leaves their phone out, we'll open up the camera and take crazy selfies.
Do it to students, staff,
get as many people
anybody.
as you can in. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a good little tradition. So thank you so much for this gift. Very thoughtful,
There we
fun,
go.
and I love
Cheers.
it. Cheers.
So yeah, episode 6.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. I gotta get settled here. So yeah, normally our episode would have been on Wednesday, which of course is Christmas Day, and I don't think either of our families would really appreciate if we had said, "Oh, gotta go."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what is it right now? Oh yeah, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday. Kind of feels weird.
So it's not quite Christmas yet, but it's funny. I find like I hype up Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the movies, decorations, whatever. But then as it gets closer to Christmas, I don't know. I feel like, especially once I'm off work, just more at ease. Like I don't have to put up decorations or do anything. It's just let the Christmas.
Yeah. I don't put up decorations, so and I do have to apologize. I literally came in from the barn, pulled off my barn clothes. I had my pajamas underneath, and I switched onto my old sweater here and threw on a baseball cap. And
had I known I was on TikTok, I would have put a hat on to hide my 5 head, not my forehead. It's
yeah,
the 5 head.
I kind of
it's a
threw
6
this
head.
at Matt as we were coming into the museum. I said, by the way, we're going to, I'm going to record this for, well, I thought we might be able to go live, but you have to have 1,000 followers. So listen, people, get us to 1,000 followers so we can do some live stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We don't need to be live. So
Just to annoy Matt.
yeah. Okay, so should we do some shout-outs? Is this the part where we do shout-outs? Okay, so a huge shout-out to the North Lanark Regional Museum for letting us record in this gem of a museum. We're thankful for their support.
Nice and warm in here. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it is warm. We thought it was going to be cold. And it's nice and toasty, actually. Very cozy in here. Really cozy. I like it. And I just love all the Christmas displays, obviously still up and looks good. And I would also like to extend our gratitude to the ghosts of this museum. We hasn't said hello yet or whatever, but maybe the ghosts is what's keeping this place
maybe
warm. But thank you for letting us record our last 2 episodes now without
any episodes.
Yeah, no disruptions or anything. So
kind of boring, actually.
we love you. I love the ghosts.
No, I mean it's kind of boring that they've been behaving.
Yeah, I know. We're asking for it, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. I'd like to do a shout out to Tanya, as I mentioned
Absolutely.
before, for making these beautiful mugs and that. I'd like to give a shout out to whoever was looking out for us at the farm. We just had a massive cold snap, and no frozen water bowls or anything like that.
That's good.
Yeah. It makes it. It's the wind. It's the wind that really gets farmers. Like once the dampness, once the cold gets into the barn, the frost gets in, then it's hard to fight it. But knock on wood, woke up this morning, went down to the barn, no water.
On my way here, I saw 2 horses on like in a field on a puddle, like frozen ice. I was like, are they used to? It stressed me out.
Yeah, how big of a puddle was it?
It was huge. It was the size of this museum. It was massive. It looked like at first I thought it was a skating rink.
Was it on Dwyer Hill?
What's the road? No, not Dwyer Hill. Off of Dwyer Hill between here and this road. Whatever. I turn, I go over the highway.
Okay.
And I make my first left down there.
Okay. Yeah, I know the road. I can't think of what it is. But
Anyway, well, hopefully the horses are okay on my way back.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
So, funny story about horses. My mom was going to work one day and had a very important meeting. And went by a place, and a horse had probably gotten down to roll, and the heat. And horses throw off a lot of heat. Like, we bring our horse in, we put our horse out during the day, and then we bring her in at night. And it's surprising how much heat she just provides to warm up the barn. But it had, with the snow, it had actually sunk, and it was cast, which means like it's on its back, and they could die. So she went and she woke up the older gentleman, and they went and got some ropes, and they tied it around the feet, and they got it out, and they saved it. But Mom had to then proceed to go into work, kind of a little dirty and smelly. But
oh my God.
Anyways, that's okay. She saved the horse's life. So.
Yeah, well, hey, anytime you can save a horse's life, that's a win, right?
There you go.
Okay. A thank to our listener in Germany, or 2 listeners. We're not too sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support. Our Russian went MIA.
I know.
The stat
I guess they don't
went
figure
down.
we're spies anymore.
I'm not too sure.
We do have some listeners in the U.S., though. We forgot to mention that last time.
Yeah, we got some in the U.S. I don't know the exact states. I don't know if it pinpoints that. I'll take a look next time.
Yeah.
We can do that. I think it might. It might show the state. We'll see. Trace, thank you for the coffee.
Not a problem.
And obviously the mug, but the coffee, the
instant coffee.
Yeah, love the instant coffee. It's
didn't
good.
have time to
And
go
then you have a
equator.
sweetener in here too. What's this?
It's hazelnut.
Hazelnut, and that's by like
Coffee
it is.
International or something. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the...
okay. All right.
We only have 10 minutes.
Any other shout-outs?
Any other shout-outs? I can't really think of any.
Okay, all right. Well,
Any other ones?
we would also like to extend our gratitude to the good listeners for tuning in.
Yeah.
Without you, there would be no podcast.
Without you. Oh, and the people who are following us on TikTok
Oh,
now.
yeah, TikTok.
TikTok,
Yeah. And everyone wearing the pins. Or
The pins.
That's good.
The
Yeah.
pins. The
Yeah.
pins are a hot commodity.
And good luck to all the cheesy Christmas and thriller made-for-TV movies being shot in the Ottawa area. Say what you want about these movies. They're great for the local film industry, local artists, and local businesses. So it's great. Keep on rolling.
There you go.
All
you
right.
saw a really bad one, you said last week.
Yeah, that one was shot in California, I believe, and it was called Christmas Mail, and it was terrible. It was awesome. It was awful.
Phil and I started watching National Lampoon.
Oh, yeah.
Vacation
that's
last
classic.
night,
It's
but
been a while since I watched it. That's like top of my list, but I overdid it, so I'm taking a break from it. But I'll probably
I bailed
watch it
out
this
and went to bed because I was falling asleep. But
year. Yeah. No, more entertained during, like, for the bad ones.
apparently, Chevy Chase is not is hard to get along with.
Yeah, that's like a lot of the talented, funny ones are like that. Like, say what you want. Like, maybe some people might not find him funny, but he
know.
definitely has.
I apologize,
love
Chevy Chase, if you're ever listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a really nice guy.
Back in the day, people said I used to look like I look like Chevy Chase. I don't get it anymore, but I don't know. I don't.
People say I look like Beyonce a lot. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Christmas. So Christmas stories.
Should we do Balderdash first?
Oh, Balderdash. Yes,
All right.
Balderdash. How much? Oh, we got what? Like 22 seconds left. Okay. You want to go first?
Okay. Yes. Blibber blubber.
Okay.
Hyphenated. Does that count?
No.
Yeah. Come on. Blibber blubber. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's hyphenated.
Okay, first definition. The first attempt at bubblegum invented in 1906, but it was too sticky to be practical. Definition number 2. A term for the sound made by a rubber chicken when squeezed. Definition number 3. A slapstick comedy routine involving exaggerated fake crying.
All right.
Blibber blubber.
All right. Mine is, I'm sounding really weird.
Really?
I'm sounding like I have a
We're just adjusting the mic. Yeah, do whatever you need to do there. Bring it a little closer, maybe.
How's that? That maybe. Yeah, okay, There we go. Maybe that's better. Okay. Oh, goodness, I'm making a lot of noise. Mine is Okomanania.
Okay.
All right. The need to wear mismatched socks at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Nervous condition that involves a tense or unhappy situation at home that results in an abnormal attachment to the home.
Mm-hmm.
A social strategy where one sneezes multiple times in a row to break the silence in a room.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
we'll let that rest for a little while.
We'll go back. Yeah, let that sort of, I'll think about it. Put it on the back burner for a bit.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm slurping. Sorry.
No, that's good coffee, though.
It is good.
That's a slurping-worthy coffee.
Sorry, Barb. Barb will be listening going, oh, frig, she's slurping.
Oh.
So Christmas stories.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to talk about Christmas because Christmas is coming up.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's one of your best memories of Christmas?
Well, going to my cottage always. Yeah. I think my first, earliest memory, just waking up and seeing, I can remember, I was really young, just not even really understanding the concept of Christmas. So that young and coming out and seeing a train set up. That was for me. And I was like, oh, what's that? It was from Santa. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is the real deal, So yeah, I always remember that. That always sticks with me. But yeah, definitely the cottages. So no specific memory or, there's a whole bunch of other memories.
Yeah.
But that always sort of stands out, and just the feeling of it and everything. Yeah, just the atmosphere and the magic.
So for me, my most vivid memory of Christmas as a kid was it was always a tradition to open a Christmas gift every Christmas Eve, and it was always pajamas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys did that, but
always, yeah.
My mom and my grandma,
my son pajamas,
yeah.
My youngest.
So this one year, all the gifts were out. And there was this one gift that was wrapped up from my gram, and it was the most odd shape, and I would shake it, and it made this really weird noise, this tinkling noise, kind of like. So it came Christmas Eve, and Graham said, "You can pick one gift, any gift you want." And of course, I picked this one gift, thinking I was going to be a smart ass and get this really cool gift on Christmas Eve. And I unwrapped it, and it was a plastic piggy bank with my name on it. An actual piggy bank with 1 penny in it. Mm-hmm. And my grandma just sat there with a nice big smirk on her face.
That's fantastic. That's a good one. Yeah.
And then, of course, I said, "Can I open something else?" No, you picked your one gift,
that's your
young
one
lady.
gift,
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't even know how old I was. I mean, I was, I wasn't like a little kid, but
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. Are you finished all your Christmas shopping?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you go out to do it, or do you?
I do both.
Online?
Yeah, I did some of the online because some of the things I want to get, I knew I couldn't get.
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty much finished. It's good, but I'd like to make a public service announcement.
Okay.
A PSA, if you will, to the Amazon drivers. We commend you. We're in the suburbs, so you might not see it as much, Trace, but there's a lot around, especially this time of the year, and it's magical. Nothing better than seeing that big white van, the type that I'm talking about, pulling up, and it's going to go up, and it's got your package. And
do you have actually an Amazon truck that shows up?
Yeah, they're cube vans. They're those rectangular.
See, we don't have that. We
those
just have
tall rectangular. And you'll see right now, if I were to go from my house to, let's say, a grocery store, guaranteed I'll pass by 3 of them. It's in Barhaven. It's busy, and they're just zipping around everywhere, right? doing God's work. They're like Santa, right? It's magical. It's amazing. But with that comes like a lot of responsibility. Okay. So we really appreciate everything they do, especially this time of the year, right? You work hard, do great things. It's amazing to just have something appear instantly at home. But you got to keep in mind that there are kids playing on the streets. Okay. Like they go a little too fast. They're going a little crazy. So when you decide to like pull up and drop off a package, don't forget to signal and show you're moving over to the side. A signal works. I think they would teach that in training. I'm not too sure. And when you do park on the side of the road to drop off whatever parcels, make sure it's on the right side of the road, like the proper side of the road. Don't just like go on to head on. Like sometimes I'd be driving down a residential and this van would just pull up in front of me head on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then it would stop and you get a guy with a package and he's just like zipping out. Like they obviously they got so much to do, right? And they have like limited time, but it's just like these little things, like just, don't go on your phone and driving at the same time looking for the next message. Yeah, I know that's just the trucks that go by. That's probably an Amazon driver going by. The list goes on. So, and I've seen some that actually go on the sidewalk in residential.
Whoa.
Halfway, and they'll keep their hazards on, but they're on the sidewalk, half of it, right? So if there was somebody walking, they would barely even be able to pass it, right? And I don't know. It's just these little things, right? So like, of course there's a lot of cons with this, but a pro would be the convenience, and the pros do outweigh the cons, but just, just be courteous. Know that you're in a residential, there's kids around, they're playing. They could be in the snowbanks, like a lot of kids back in my day used to do, make the snow forts and whatnot, right?
Oh,
right
well,
there.
I mean, mine's really echoing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't
know why, but anyways, well, because every once in a while you hear of the horrible times where a snowplow goes by and a child gets caught in the snowbank and ends up.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. So just like it's amazing what they do, but it's.
So we don't have we just have drivers with their own vehicles.
Yeah. And there are some drivers like that for us too, but I think a lot of them, I don't know if it's like these vans are dispatched from Amazon or if someone will just decide to rent one and then fill it up. Like, I don't know how it works or whatever, but I will see some of these vans and they're jam packed. Like they have probably 30 packages on their dashboard, and it's just like they'll open up their door getting out and it's overflowing, and it's great. I mean, I love Amazon and ordering stuff and getting stuff right away, but just there's kids playing around and it can be a little crazy. So that's my PSA.
There you go. Good.
Drive safe.
Amazon
drivers.
Amazon drivers.
Yeah. Or any drivers for that matter. But for them, that's good. But also amazing what they're doing, especially this time of the year. Making people's lives easier.
Yep. Yep.
So,
no, for sure. For sure. Obituaries.
Okay. This is a fun Christmas special. PSA to Amazon drivers and then obituaries.
So I was talking to Reg. I think I told you. So anybody who's local who's listening to this will know the name Reg Gamble. He was a funeral director, Gamble's Funeral Home, for years and years and years. And I've convinced him to come on as a guest. He's friggin' funnier. Like, you take Wayne and Schuster, Carol Burnett, Doug and
Bob McKenzie,
Red Skells, and put them all together, and you've got Reg.
Yeah.
He looks like one of the old guys off the Muppets.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
that's right.
You showed me a picture.
And that. Anyways, so I phoned him on the way over here, and I basically told him, I said, like, look, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, got to go on. And he proceeded to tell me that he actually started listening to our podcast. He listened to him while he was having his soaking in the tub.
Okay, nice.
Some Hallmark moments are moments are not to be meant to be developed in your mind. That's one of them. But the reason why I called him was because I said I was going to start talking a bit about obituaries. Do you ever notice sometimes people do up obituaries for a loved one and it's like their whole life story, and it goes on and on and on and on and on.
Takes up the full page of the newspaper sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. How can they afford that? That costs a lot of money too.
It costs a lot of money to start. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. Like, you know, like I get my notices from Gambles and Barkers over in Carlton Place. And like, sometimes I get these obituaries and it's just like, holy moly, I got to get a cup of coffee and sit down because I got some reading to do here. Like, but I did find
more of a biography.
Exactly.
If anything, yeah.
So I always appreciate people who tell the truth in an obituary.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse, and I'm sure we've all been there where we've heard of somebody who's passed away, and I mean it's a sad time. I mean it's, you know, and they talk about how wonderful the person was, and really they were a prick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They were either abusive, they were you know, criminals, whatever. I don't care. They were just pricks.
Just a cranky old fart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not for this person. This daughter wrote a obituary.
Where's this from?
It's down in the States.
Okay.
All right. So, I apologize, Leslie Ray Charping, but I am going to read your obituary. Now, this made news all over the States, I guess.
Okay.
So, he passed away, let me just see here, on January 30th, 2017, at the age of 74. Leslie Ray Popeye Charping was born in Galveston, Texas on November 20th, 1942, and passed away January 30th, 2017, which is 29 years longer than expected and much longer than he deserved. Well, it gets better. Leslie battled with cancer in his latter years and lost his battle, untimely due to being the horse ass he was known for. He leaves behind 2 relieved children, a son, Leslie Roy Charping, and daughter, Sheila Smith, along with 6 grandchildren and countless other victims, including an ex-wife, relatives, friends, neighbors, doctors, nurses, and random strangers. At a young age, Leslie quickly became a model example of bad parenting, combined with mental illness and a complete commitment to drinking, drugs, womanizing, and being generally offensive. Leslie enlisted to serve in the Navy, but not so much in a brave and patriotic way, but more as a part of a plea deal to escape sentencing on criminal charges. Now, this is a true, like,
wow.
this is on a funeral home site. While enlisted, Leslie was the Navy boxing champion and went on to sufficiently embrace his family and country by spending the remainder of his services in the Balboa Mental Health Hospital, receiving much-needed mental health care services. Leslie was surprisingly intelligent. However, he lacked ambition and motivation to do anything more than being reckless, wasteful, squandering the family savings, and fantasizing about get-rich schemes. Leslie's hobbies included being abusive to his family, expediting trips to heaven for the beloved family pets, and fishing, which he was less skilled with than the previously mentioned. Leslie's life served no other obvious purpose. He did not contribute to society or serve his community, and he possessed no redeeming qualities besides quick-witted sarcasm, which was amusing during his sober days. With Leslie's passing, he will be missed only for what he never did, being a loving father, husband, and good friend. No services will be held, there will be no prayers for eternal peace, and no apologies to the family he tortured. Leslie's remains will be cremated and kept in the barn until Ray, the family donkey's wood shavings, run out. Leslie's passing proves that evil does, in fact, die, and hopefully marks a time of healing and safety for all.
Wow.
Yeah. That was at Kane's funeral home. Mm-hmm. So if nobody believes me and they don't think this is real, if you just type in Leslie Ray...
Does it have his picture?
No, it does not. But...
that's wild.
I read this to somebody not too long ago, and like people are still leaving like
comments.
Yeah, like, you know, good for you. I had an abusive parent.
Okay, yeah.
I wish I'd, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
perhaps it would be good to just let it all out. You know, just yeah. Therapeutic, maybe. I'm not too sure. That's
yeah. Anyways, yeah, obituaries. They're
never read one like that before.
So, no, neither have I. And
I prefer the big one with all the fluff and exaggerations.
I just closed my thing and the picture of Johnston showed up.
Oh no! Oh dear, that's yeah.
So yeah, so there's a little talk about. We always talk about death somehow in our thing.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring theme. We got the ghost as well too. So, but yeah, definitely deaths, and we're all over the place. So yeah, we went from Christmas to the obituaries. Well, PSA.
Obituaries.
Nothing better than a good old PSA, the obituaries. But yeah, no, Christmas on. So yeah, we're a few nights away from Christmas, and no, it's pretty exciting. You can feel it. Like you go out onto the roads and they're jam packed, and people are just scrambling around.
Silly season, just the freaking silly season.
And last minute shopping, lots of that I see. So I went to take my dog to the pet store for puppy training. And it was just wild, the parking lots, everything, just getting in and out. But yeah, so
do you do it with a group of people?
Yeah, there's a group of people, and it's more of a social thing, right? Just for the dogs as well.
Right.
That's the main reason.
What age do they recommend you start doing puppy training?
That I am not too sure, but they're all around 5 months, 6 months. There's one that's 4. There's one that's a little older, so
Yeah.
they're around 5 months.
So my mom and Gibson got a puppy, as you know, a Mountain Swiss from Lisa down near Westport, and her name's Penny.
Great name.
She's a holy little terror.
Yeah, puppies are a tough one.
And she's starting to go for puppy training at the end of the month.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we eventually want to get her trained for herding and that, because she is that's a herding dog. That's the breed they're for. But yeah, no, she's a holy little terror, but she's cute as a button.
Well, that's it, right? So that outweighs the cons of having.
She just has a look at you after she's done something.
They're so cute. Oh my god.
My dog and her dog and Penny are getting along really well, so that's good. That's always a blessing.
Nice.
So Survivor.
Okay.
Did you watch the final?
No, not yet. I'm going to probably the next day. Did you watch the final?
No, of course not. It's the stupidest thing there is. Stupid.
Yeah, well, I can't.
Reality TV, come on. And
it's a guilty pleasure. It's just you shut
you
the brain
guys talk
off.
about it at work as if
Well, it gives you something to talk about, right? So
it's all
there are definitely fabricated storylines. I've told you this years ago. I'm aware of this, but there's lots of drama.
Do you remember when it first came out? It was the talk.
Yeah, I never. I watched it for the first time last year.
Yeah, well, I watched it a bit when it first came out, and then I thought this. I
agree. Yeah,
bull caca. Do you know where bull caca comes from?
No.
It's
you may have told me.
I think I did. Yeah, Love at First Bite. It's an old
an old movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do they say?
So the butler has no tongue.
Yeah,
or has half a tongue. So when he goes to say bull, he says bull caca.
Bull caca.
Bull.
It's bull caca.
Bull caca.
So what's he trying to say?
He's trying to say bullshit.
But he just says caca because he can't say shit. Oops. I'm going to have to edit that out. I forgot about that. Is that a swear word?
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Swearing's just a bad habit. It doesn't make you a bad person, I always say.
Interesting enough, I was listening, and research has shown that for people who swear at work, it actually makes other people more comfortable around them because they feel more down to earth. So yeah,
okay. Right.
So that's my that's what I do for our workplace.
I don't think do I swear at work? I don't think so.
No, not really.
Oh, I save it for.
Yeah. Get in the car and then you let loose.
No.
But talking about sayings, so the other day at work, I made a comment about fart and emit.
Okay. Yeah.
That they were like a fart and emit. And nobody else had heard that saying.
Yeah.
They had heard fart and a win.
Yes, I've heard of that. I've never heard of fart and emit.
What
is that?
Well, it's like a fart and emit. Like if you say like the little kid was like a fart and emit, it was like bouncing everywhere. Just bouncing everywhere.
Should I ask ChatGPT?
Ask ChatGPT, because Meg looked it up. She didn't. She thought that can't be. Anyways, it did come up. So yes, try it. See what it says.
Hey, ChatGPT, is fart and emit a saying? And if so, what does it mean?
Yes, a
Oh,
fart
okay.
in
I'm
the
gonna.
is a saying, though it's not super common. Typically used to describe something useless
How do I go back here?
without purpose.
I can still hear it.
Oh, can you? Oh. Yes, a fart in a mitt is a saying, though it's not super common. It's typically used to describe something useless, ineffective, or without purpose. The idea is that a fart trapped in a mitten doesn't accomplish anything. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's often said in a joking, lighthearted way. So there you go. That's exactly.
See, I've always referred to it as like she was like a fart in a mitt, like bouncing everywhere. Just
Yeah, yeah. And so a fart in the wind, it would be something that is
I don't know.
ChatGPT. What does a fart in the wind mean? I'm gonna have to. Oh no. Oh, hey ChatGPT. What does a fart in the wind mean? Sorry. Well, it just
I can
doesn't.
still hear it.
It just doesn't want to. A fart in a wind and a fart in the wind means the same thing. They both, okay, I think they got confused because they said it twice, right? They both describe something insignificant or fleeting. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It's just like insignificant. So it's a little different than a fart in a mitt.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It emphasizes how easily something can be ignored or dispersed, just like a fart in a breeze. The phrasing might vary, but the meaning stays the same.
There you go. There you go.
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know. So now you won't be a fart in a wind or a fart in a mitt.
Yeah.
So the saying running around like a chicken with your head cut off
Yeah.
is actually a little misleading.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Because when a chicken gets its head cut off, it doesn't really run around. It's more of a turkey that does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can actually run for quite a few seconds.
Yeah.
Turkey kind of, I guess a chicken maybe does it for like, but not near as much as a turkey does. So when we were kids,
You would.
we were doing turkeys one time and my friend was with me and the turkey started to run around and traumatized him for life, I think, because he felt he was being chased by he was being chased, kind of.
Horrible. Yeah.
I thought it was quite funny. But anyways, it's fine.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of weird sayings like that, eh? So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. And in different cultures and that too. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's okay.
You gotta be
Arse over
careful,
tea
too.
kettle? Have you ever heard arse over tea kettle?
Yes, yeah. I used that actually for the first time in a long time. Yesterday. I was like, oh, I can't believe I just... You must say it. I don't know.
I say arse over tea kettle.
Yeah, okay, that's why I said it then.
But I say it like
you
it's...
pick up sayings when you work with somebody. If you're around somebody, all of a sudden you'll start saying...
Fart in a mitt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fart in a minute. Next thing you know, I'll be saying that, so listen out.
But I always use arse over tea kettle as if like if somebody's falling. Like, oh, did you go arse over tea kettle?
Yeah. I went arse over tea kettle. I forget. I think I was talking about... I went out fat biking, and I almost went arse over tea kettle. That's what happened.
There you go. You got your fatty out.
I had my fatty out. Yeah, I took it out to... I like the Stony Swamp Trails. Just, starting out is a good one, and they're chillax, and there's not too many people. I go early in the morning, and they've gotten better over the years because more and more people are fat biking. Like when I first started, which was 10 years ago, there weren't too many people, and I was like, I felt like it felt like it was just like me and basically a few other guys going, and then it was like relied on us to make the trails, right? Because the more you ride it, those trails aren't groomed at Stony Swamp, but now there's a ton of people doing it, and there's all these little new side trails every year and everything. So it was pretty good. Could use a little bit more snow, but it was nice and icy. I got my studded fatty tires, and it was good. But yeah, So I was saying if I didn't have the studs, I would go arse over tea kettle.
Arse over tea kettle.
So yeah, there's also the Stony Swamp is a big section to cover. Like you can do the Gatineau Trails too, but it's a little far for me and very busy. So I like going there because you can go all the way up to, if I could start at basically Moody and go all the way up to Carling. And it's all trails the whole way through, which is pretty neat.
Sounds very exciting.
I love it. Yeah. There's there's north of Tim Drive, there's between Canada Bill's Corners, There's some buildings that you swear that are from Stranger
Sorry.
Things. Most of it's fenced off, but it's there's a neat round building to check out.
There you go.
It looks like it's from Stranger Things. Unfortunately, it's not as cool as it looks. It's just I think an EMR pumping station, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, yeah, yeah.
It may be like Area 51.
No, it's good. And then over the holidays, I'll probably check out other places like South March Highlands, and La Rose Forest is a good one. You need a pass for that though, but you can.
Do they have fatty police?
Well,
it?
you can actually rent, or I don't know if you still can. There was a point where there was a little place there you can, like a little cabin, you can rent a fat bike. So if you don't have a fat bike, but you're interested in doing it, you can rent one there. It was, I don't know, let's just say, I don't want to give a price because, but it was pretty reasonable for the day. A good bike, studded tires, and they groom the trails there, so it's always really nice. And you can go on their website and
So
get
you
updates.
could go and do it without a pass, but you might get caught.
Yeah, you could. A lot of people do, but I'm not that type of person. I don't think it's all that. What is it? The Ottawa Mountain Bike Association, OMBA, I think, that you just go on their website.
So the other day we were watching hobby horsing. Mm-hmm. Was it called hobby horsing?
Oh yeah, hobby horsing.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I think it was. Oh my God, was that on TV?
No. But remember, I sent an email
Yeah.
to the Canadian
Yeah.
Association.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, well, let's back this up.
Okay.
All right, you want to talk?
No, you could talk about it.
Well, okay, so we had a coworker showing us hobby horsing.
I think it was called hobby horsing.
Yeah, and it's this new and this growing sport. And this is a segue from the fat biking. So are you considering it?
No.
It does not align with fat biking. So it's, what would you call it? Like the horse on the broomstick that everyone had, like little kids would play with. It would be a broomstick. You put it in between your legs and it have a horse's head, and you'd gallop around pretending that you're on a horse. Well, that's a thing now with adults, and they actually have a course that they run around and jump over obstacles and go.
Well, and for kids too.
For kids, but
So here's a little.
We were watching on.
It was adults. Yes.
It was adults, and it was like this worldwide competition. There were people from different countries competing, and it was wild.
So here's a little write-up that I just found. Hobby horsing is a hobby with gymnastic elements, which uses hobby horses, also known as stick horses, movement sequences similar to those in show jumping or dressage are partly simulated in courses without real horses being used. The participants prominently use self-made hobby horses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then so I don't know if you're listening to the previous episodes.
I'm sorry, I can't. How can you take that seriously?
We were talking about that we're going to start like making weird emails to people and odd requests. So we decided to compose an email to the president of this tournament. Is it? Who was it again?
Yeah. So we set up an email.
Yeah.
With the leaning on the pitchfork.
Yeah, we
email.
have our own email now. Yep.
Yeah. And so let's see here.
So we composed this email, and then did you get a reply? Or
I did.
Oh my God.
So I wrote to Hobby Horse Canada.
Yeah.
And said, we do a podcast called Leaning on the Pitchfork. We'd love to get some information from your association on how this sport started, where do you compete, and anything else you would like us to know. We would be happy to talk about this on our podcast. Cheers, Trace and Matt. Surprisingly enough,
Yeah.
I got a response back with,
Love it.
we haven't gotten very far with it in Canada.
We could make it big. Come on, hobby horse.
Try again
people.
in a year and see where we are at.
This is your platform. We're talking about it. We're live on TikTok, and we're going to be on Spotify and all these other streaming services. We're talking about hobby horsing. Get back to us. Come on.
So yeah, I guess, and then they finished with thanks for the interest.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I don't know if we really want to call it interest. But anyways, interest in why the heck anybody would ever do this. But anyways, it is big over in Europe. It is humongous over in Europe.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, there was one girl from Finland or something.
Yeah,
she
it's
was
like-
very serious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's therapeutic and it's good, it's a hobby, it's social, right? If it makes people happy.
I'd be afraid we're getting a splinter.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because you have to jump over jumps and everything with this friggin'
You
hobby horse.
No, but you can you put tape around it or something, right?
I
Like
don't
hockey
know.
tape or duct tape.
I don't know. Still, like,
I don't know if that would be
I mean, we're
an
always
infraction in
told,
the rules and regulations of hobby horsing. We'd have to look at the rule book to see if you're allowed putting tape on the
might
stick.
provide some extra sliding on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
inside thighs that might be.
It's got to be wood, and there has to be splinters. Maybe that's part of it, right?
maybe. But like, I mean, as kids, we're always told not to run with anything, with a stick or anything in our hand,
I know.
or But now it's okay to run with this.
Yeah. You didn't see too many
Stick-
guys.
No.
Not too many guys in this video that we saw.
Not too many guys. No. No.
Hey, maybe I could be the first hobby horse,
Maybe.
the first male hobby horse champion. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Might never be able to go fatty riding again, but
Yeah.
if your horse doesn't make it over the jump. But yeah, no, it was. If anybody wants to, if anybody's just trying to find something to do, to look and think with your head cocked to the side and go, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Check out hobby horsing. And I mean, all to you, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? No one's harmed.
No.
Everything's good.
But it
makes
seemed
people
very
happy.
serious. Like people were very.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
really loud again.
Yeah. No, I'll turn that down. There we go. Yeah, we're good. It's fine. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyways, so I've got another subject, but I'm going to press. I'm going to record another thing for TikTok. I posted our last one.
Yeah.
Because this one's okay. Here we go. We're going to be live, or not live, but we're going to post again for another 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis the season for colds. Mm-hmm. Do you ever wonder how your body produces so much friggin' snot?
No, not really.
Because if you have a cold, you can like blow your nose, and like goobs of snot can come out, and
Yeah.
10 minutes later, more goobs
Yeah,
of snot.
I'd have thought that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, where the hell does it come from?
Yeah.
Ask Chat GGP or whatever.
Well, how about you ask? Hold on.
Okay.
I'll put it on. Okay.
Hey, what makes snot?
Snot is made by the mucous membranes lining your nose and sinuses. These
Can't hear it.
membranes
You're not supposed to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly water mixed with protein.
Okay. A snot is made by the mucous membranes lining your nose and sinuses. These membranes produce mucus, which is mostly water mixed with protein, salts, and cells.
That's why kids eat it.
Salty.
Protein.
Its job is to keep the nasal passages moist, trap dust and germs, and help fight infections. When you're sick, your body ramps up the mucus production to flush out irritants.
So, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
You're with a friend, and your friend has a booger in their nose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you tell them?
I pick it for them.
Well, you know that saying, you can pick your
kidding.
nose.
Do I tell them a bat in the cave? Yeah,
Pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
yeah, exactly. Bat in the cave. That's what I usually say. You have a bat in the cave.
Oh, really? If you said that to me, I'd be like, what the hell?
Oh, you've never heard that?
No, I never heard that before.
Another saying.
There you
have,
go.
You have a bat in the cave.
I had never heard that.
Here, let's ask ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, what does you have a bat in the cave mean? Oh, a bat in the cave is a funny way to say you got a booger hanging out of your nose. It's like your snot is just waiting to make embarrassing appearance. Much like a bat hanging in a cave. It's peak slapstick humor. That's good.
So, for anybody who is new here or has not heard the podcast with our very first one, we discovered after our first podcast when we played the Chat GPT thing.
Yeah.
Legally,
guess
we're
I
not
should
allowed-
Turn that
Yeah,
down.
legally we're not allowed to record.
Yeah, but I can summarize what it's
Oh
saying.
yeah, you can
I think.
summarize, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just can't
exactly.
have Chat GP, whatever, Bob,
Yeah,
Fred,
yeah.
whatever.
He wants to keep the conversations private.
Yeah.
So. But so yeah, bat in the cave. I will say that to a friend. I will not say to a stranger.
That was my next question. Would you say it to a stranger? Like, would you say to somebody, you're standing in line at the grocery store and you strike up a conversation with the person behind you or whatever, and they've got a big booger in their nose. Do you say something to them?
No. Definitely
No?
not. No.
If you had a big booger in your nose, would you not appreciate if a stranger said it to you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. It depends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, they would know. They would know that they had a booger in their nose because I'd be starting to like.
I feel like it depends on the person too, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
I do.
Some, yeah.
I tell people because it's freaking disgusting, and I'll start to gag.
What about if their fly is down?
Well, see, this is the thing.
Another.
Do you ever notice? Do you ever notice that, like, I don't go around looking at people's groins.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little more creepy than.
But do you ever notice if a fly's down, you automatically, it's like your eyes sense it and they just automatically goes to the groin.
Well, I think it's sometimes the zipper is down and you have that little zipper flap thing, right? Like the
Catches
zipper.
your eye, little
There's a little shine to it.
Yeah.
Now, here's a little thing a lot of people don't know about the zipper. So if the zipper is pointed upwards, you can push down the zipper. So it could technically shimmy its way down because it's not locked. If that little fly of the zipper is pointing down, it locks it. And you can try with your pants right now. If
I
it's,
got pajamas on.
If it's pointed down, I'm not going to do it.
Not playing with the zipper.
If it's pointed down, you won't be able to push the zipper down.
Oh, I see.
But if it's pointed up, you can push it down, no problem. So I think a lot of people, like if I see someone who, if it's like the third time in a month that I tell someone your fly is down, I will explain the little locking hack.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. Try it out.
But yeah, it's true. Like I could be anywhere and somebody's walking towards me, and if their zipper's down, you just notice it.
Yeah.
And then that's the awkward thing, right? Like I wouldn't have any problem saying to anybody, if any of you guys at work, like, by the way, but like some stranger that I don't even know.
And it doesn't happen too often, but when you notice your zipper's down and then you try to think past like the last time you used the zipper, you're like, how long was that? Because mine's always locked, obviously. So how long was
Lock and load.
that down for? Or a bat in the cave too. Like how long? How many conversations did I have with this bat in the cave? Right.
That's why you got to tell people. That is why.
It's true. It is. Yeah.
I think it depends on how.
There's another PSA. People, just tell them.
Just tell them
In a polite way, private. You don't point and laugh.
No, just go. Up
Don't
to
be
them.
like, hey, you got a booger in your nose. No, just be like, hey, listen, you might want to know that you got a little booger in your nose.
Wipe your nose.
Or you got a bat in the cave. They might not know what bat in the cave
Yeah.
means. So.
They might be looking at their zipper.
There's a bat in there. I bet you that's happened before. Oh man, that's good. That's a good one.
Oh,
That's it. Are we on live or?
I thought we were recording. Are we not
Yeah, I don't know what
recording?
that means. We're talking about the TikTok video.
Oh, it stopped. I wonder why it stopped. I
Probably
missed the whole snot.
they probably heard our conversation
Exactly.
and said, I'm out of here. So
So yeah, that was something I had was I do tell people. Unless I don't like them, and then I just laugh and,
that's good.
and tell them that there's a whole bunch of people who want to talk to them and send them on their way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true. It's and there's nothing worse than like you're out in public or whatever, and you think you have like you can feel something in your nostril, and you're kind of like trying to nonchalantly try to.
Well, you have a stud in your.
I have a stud, yeah.
Does it not feel like you always have a?
No.
I would. Oh my god, that would drive me crazy. I would always be playing with it and thinking there's something up there. You just get used to it.
No, I had this actually. So I got this when I was in Kingston when I worked with adults with development, supporting them. We took a trip to Kingston with some of the people, and for anybody who does not know, I say my aunt, but Helen has lived with us since I've been 5 years old, and that, and anyway, so she came on the trip too, and I got my nose pierced while I was in Kingston, and the poor guy who was piercing my nose, I was in the chair, and he marked it and he sprayed this up, and Gibson. Now, Helen, but I've always called her Gibson ever since I've been 5 years old. So I always call her Gibson. Gibson standing there going, your mother and your grandmother are going to be so mad at you when you're doing this. You should not get this done. And the guy's like, am I supposed to? I'm like, yeah, just ignore her. Just keep going. Just ignore her. And she's like giving me the death stare and giving me crap. And don't you dare get your nose pierced. And
How do you pierce it? Do you put a gun up there, like one of those like piercing
no,
guns?
he took a pin, like a needle, and
And then what's on the inside?
it's just a little ball, a little bigger. Like I can just pull it out.
He must have small fingers. Oh, what?
Yeah, I just pull it out. Like
What?
that.
I thought you had like an earring. You have that little clamp at the back. That's not up there?
No.
I always thought... Trace just took out the stud. I had no idea. I always thought you had like... You would have...
Like a clamp.
That little clamp. That little butterfly looking...
No.
Oh.
And you can get them where they kind of have like a
So
hook.
I always pictured lots of boogers. You were talking about like stuff getting caught in there or whatever.
No.
Well, that's nothing. And it doesn't fall out at all?
I'll catch it in a towel or something sometimes.
So there's a little ball. It didn't look like there was a ball at the end there.
Yeah, see, here.
Let me see. Hold on.
See? Just a little ball. Nothing big.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Looks like a little nail.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah.
But they were...
I had no idea.
Some of the students were talking about their nose piercings and how they'll fall out and they'll sanitize them and clean them and everything. And I kind of giggle because like mine falls out I shouldn't say all the time. And I just grab it and a little wipe and back and it goes.
The 3 second rule.
The 3 second rule.
Is it the 3? Is it 3 seconds? How many seconds is it?
I always do 3 seconds, but
Let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, hold on. Hey, ChatGPT, how many seconds is the blank second rule for when you drop food on the floor?
this will be interesting if it figures.
5
second rule.
Okay. It's the 5 second rule, though it's more of a fun myth than a real hygiene guideline. The idea is that food is dropped on the floor is safe to eat if you pick it up within 5 seconds. In reality, germs can transfer instantly, so it depends on more on how clean the floor is.
5 seconds is for the yahoos.
5 is a lot.
3 seconds are for the down to earth people.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's like something falls around where my dogs eat or whatever.
If it's sticky.
Actually, I'm never. If anything falls on the floor, I'm not eating it. I'm not.
So this brings in a good thing because Matt has. I never washed these.
That's
cups.
okay.
Cups that
You put hot water in there, right? That's.
Yeah. I debated on washing them, and then I thought, no, I won't.
No, I'm okay with that. Like my coffee travel mug, I just put a little hot water, shake it, and
Yeah.
I don't care, but on the floor, I don't know. Like especially
sticky.
at my house, I have dogs, a puppy and another dog and a cat, and there's a good chance there'll be hair. And we keep the floors clean. It's good, but there's always, if something falls, it's
If
usually
anything's sticky, I don't. But
yeah.
If it's like cooked
chocolate,
meat.
chocolate. That's
If it's like a
not
hard piece
warm.
of chocolate.
Like a chocolate just out of your pocket, probably.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, chocolate, I like my chocolate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, when you were a kid, did you share your food with your dogs or anything?
Okay, so I had a Yorkshire Terrier, and no, we did not. She didn't really, from what I can remember, she didn't really eat food that much, like human food. So I think I remember feeding her peas, but I wouldn't share. One time I was driving down Stranraer, and I was coming from Riocan or whatever, and there was a lady next to me in the passenger seat with a dog, and she was eating looked like a, what do you call it, like a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Oh yeah.
And she had the spoon and she's licking it, eating it, and then she gives it. Sorry, then she gives it to the. She gives it to the dog. The dog starts licking it, and then she puts the spoon back
That'd
in.
be my daughter.
And then they're sharing the freaking spoon. That's
My daughter would
crazy.
share like an ice cream cone with the.
Oh,
so when my
no,
daughter was
man.
younger,
No.
we were having a bonfire one afternoon, and my friend Barb was over with her granddaughter, and the kids were trying to roast wieners.
Yeah.
The wieners kept falling into the pit, and but this one wiener that my daughter had fell onto the floor, onto the ground. And she picked it up, and Barb yelled, "Oh no!" He yells to my daughter, "No, you've got to clean that off first. You got to clean that off first." And I could just see my daughter looking at the corner of her eye, and with a little smirk, and she walks over and puts the hot dog in the dog's water dish, cleans it off, and then bites it.
That slimy water. That dish, like the water is always. It always has
well, I mean, probably a little slime. Anyways,
like a
and then
texture to it.
She looks at Barb with a smirk on her face, and like Barb's just about dying of it.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
But yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, snot. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
It's not cool, man.
No, it's disgusting. And there's nothing worse than being at the stop sign or stoplight, and looking over and seeing somebody driving their car and they're picking their nose
Yeah.
and then they eat it. Oh, God.
Or like they're driving and you can tell they rolled it up a little ball and they put it out the window. I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're rubbing your two fingers together out the window. Like, what else could be on your fingers? We've all seen it. We've all done it, maybe,
exactly.
right?
We're all guilty.
That's
of
why
it.
we're laughing.
Driving along.
Yeah.
Oh, my nose is all full of snot. I'm just going to give it a good dig out.
It is the spot where people pick their nose.
For sure.
It was in a Seinfeld episode.
Oh, well, there you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've got for snot. So we do the balderdash thing now?
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Should I go in the same order? Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go first or me?
No, you go first.
Okay, blibber blubber. Did I say that the first time? Or did
I think so. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
blibber blubber. The first attempt at bubble gum, invented in 1906, but it was too sticky to be practical. Blibber blubber. A term for the sound made by a rubber chicken when squeezed. Blibber blubber. A slapstick comedy routine involving exaggerated fake crying.
I'm going to say the bubble gum.
You're right.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
I thought that was the I don't know, the most. I don't think I would have picked that one. So I have a confession. I got ChatGPT to make the fake definitions. I was just testing it out or whatever, right? Okay. So,
Okay. I don't even know if I'm going to say this word the same way.
okay.
That was my phone.
Yeah. I hope I love that. That's
Okomania. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if that's what I said the first time. The need to wear mismatched socks at all times. Nervous conditions that involved a tense or unhappy situation at home that results in an abnormal attachment to the home. A social strategy where one sneezes multiple times in a row to break the silence in a room.
I'm going to go with the first one.
The need to wear mismatched socks at all times? Incorrect.
Oh, my God. You're good at this. So what is it?
It is a nervous condition that involves a tense or unhappy situation at home that results in an abnormal attachment to the house.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
So you can't leave.
So like you're always cleaning it,
Always
or
cleaning
you're obsessed about it, and always
house.
yeah,
Always thinking about it.
yeah.
I feel like I get that sometimes.
I don't. I definitely don't. I hate house cleaning.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I mean, I do. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not. I don't want to say I love it, but it's rewarding though. It feels nice once it's all clean.
Sure. Yeah, it does. But I just never. I hate house cleaning.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Balderdash is done. Any plans? What's plans for Christmas?
Well, I will take my fatty out, go fat biking as much as I can. I hope the weather stays
On Christmas
cold.
Day?
No, so like the typical family stuff. There's some family dinners here and family dinners there, and then Boxing Day I'm going to go to my parents' place. They're out in the country, and my aunt. There's my family, my extended family has had this tradition since I can remember. Of all the cousins and aunts and uncles, I have a big family getting together, and just there's a gift exchange and lots of food and just good times. Nice. So that's that. And then other than that, then just spend time with my family and my kids and watching movies and a couple other little
you don't do anything for New Year's Eve, eh?
No, definitely not.
No. See, I would like I'd be in bed at 9:00 for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I know my kids or my oldest son, he likes to stay up sometimes, but
My
I
mom
feel like he
likes-
didn't last year. So we'll see. It depends on the mood. I mean, I go to bed early. I wake up really
you go to
early.
bed like at 8:30.
Yeah.
I would be in bed on New Year's Eve
Mm-hmm.
without a problem. My mom likes to stay up, so we always go
Yeah.
to the farm for New Year's Eve, and
I
I sleep. And
like growing up, I remember my parents and all of their brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles and everyone. There was always a big party, and there was always something. I don't know if it's our generation but I don't hear of anybody doing anything ever for New Year's now.
I think the dances, like
Does that still happen?
they're starting to come
Did
back.
COVID kill it, or?
COVID, I think, killed it for a while, yeah, and then, but I think I don't know. Like I'm just, yeah, I'm not I'd be quite happy to be in bed and wake up the next morning and say, oh well, it's New Year's resolution.
I don't. Well, I sort of do it. I shouldn't say I don't do that, and I'm pretty good at them sometimes. So I don't have one though.
So I did a New Year's resolution about 7 years ago, never to have pop again, and I've stuck to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll go for that. That's a good one.
But then I always do the one of my New Year's resolution is I'm not going to have a New Year's resolution, and I've always done that every year. So
I like pop too much. I don't know what I could do. Usually, sometimes I'll come up with something, but
was it you and I? Was it you I was talking to about the hot chocolate with the crunchy chocolate bar in the arenas?
yes,
It's the best thing.
yeah, the crunchy,
Hot chocolate, crunchy chocolate
those
bar. dip it
crunchy
in.
chocolate. Do they still make crunchy chocolate bars?
Yeah, I think so.
Those were good, and they were always crumbled.
Yeah.
when you open them up.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had a full one, that's like a unicorn. Oh my god, you should save that and put it on display. So,
Talking about hockey juniors.
oh yeah, the World Juniors are in Ottawa, so. Boxing Day, that starts, and that'll be pretty exciting. There's a lot of games to watch, and then there's also the Bell Capital Cup, which is one of the biggest tournaments for the youth and in Canada and the world. Probably it's huge. I'm sure you've heard of it, right? And, yeah, and so, but it's funny because I guess this year the World Juniors and the Bell Capital Cup is happening. I think it's Bell Capital Cup, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening at the same time, so I think there might be some issues because they think they would play some in the past games at the what I call the Corral Center, and so logistics will be a little different this year, but it's exciting times.
Nice.
I'm a little upset with Team Canada. So Ottawa's hosting. Okay, you're going to groan, but I'm an Ottawa Senators fan, and we're hosting, right? And I think it would be proper etiquette. Our top prospect is Carter Yakimchuk. He's a defenseman who plays for out in the WHL, and we drafted him early in the first round this year, and he almost cracked our team this year, and he got the snub to be even invited to the World Junior camp. And I don't know, like just knowing that we're hosting, it'd be nice to have a prospect on the roster to see. It just seems a little weird. And this guy's it's not like he's a bad defenseman. He's having a good year, so I'm a little disappointed with that, but it happens.
The Spangler Cup's also happening.
I love the Spangler Cup. That's on my bucket list. I don't have too many things on my bucket list, and I don't really have the desire to travel too much, but I would love to go to Davos, Switzerland. I believe that's where it is. And that the old wooden barn, pretty much, where they play. That looks like such a hockey mecca to actually see. And it's fun too, because the Spangler Cup has a lot of old NHL players, guys that you've forgotten about, getting a little long in the tooth. You're like, oh yeah, he played in the NHL 10 years ago. That's cool. Nice.
So I'm just looking up the team here, and Joseph Carroll is on it, and he's from this area.
Nice.
He's he's I indirectly know his family. He's so Scoot, who lives with us, his sister-in-law's nephew.
Okay.
So their family's going over to.
So that's a good reason to check it out, me personally, I actually watched the Spangler Cup more than World Juniors sometimes, some years. I there's something about the Spengler Cup I really like, and it really is the atmosphere. So if you haven't checked it out, it's good hockey, but you got to look at it just for where they're playing in the arena. I think I'm looking it up. It's called the Valiant Arena. Yeah, it's in Davos. It's unbelievable. You have to check it out. It's good stuff. So yeah.
And their uniforms are like covered with advertisements.
Advertisements. You know what though? We're getting to that with the NHL. The thing with the NHL that is bothering me a lot, and I wish you could pay a premium to get rid of it or whatever, but it's those superimposed ads
on the
boards and on the ice. And then I even saw an ad yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I was watching a game, and a big ad covered, you know how they have like the digital score clock. They covered that for, I don't know, a good 20 seconds. It was big. It was like way bigger than the score clock. I was just like, why are you doing that? Yeah. But yeah, the board ads, if they stayed static the whole time, they didn't move, but it's like there'll be a play going, and all of a sudden there'll be a big swoosh of like a Coke bottle going around and everything. It's too much.
Ricky Henderson passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
Ricky Henderson.
Baseball player.
Oh.
Has the record for most stolen baskets, most stolen bases.
Yeah.
He was only like 67 or something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't. So I didn't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he played for the Blue Jays too.
Played for the Blue Jays for a year.
Mm-hmm. I when I think of Ricky Henderson, was he the one in The Simpsons, the baseball episode where? Or no, that was Darryl Strawberry. Never mind. Yeah. I think, yeah. But
65. He was only 65.
Yeah, he was good. I remember him.
He holds quite a few records.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bit of a legend. But back to the those ads on the boards, that swoosh. Some people don't even notice it. I notice it all. It's all I see. I can't. Actually, I was watching the PWHL, which is fantastic hockey, by the way, right? The women's professional women's hockey league, the Ottawa Charge, Montreal Victoire, and they don't have these superimposed ads on there. I was like, oh my god, this is a breath of fresh air, and it's good hockey. I'm like, I might start watching this instead. So, but it's good. But yeah, like fast food restaurants, the menus, the fast moving digital menus. So you're looking, and I don't go to a fast food restaurant regularly, so. The menu, unless it's McDonald's, but even McDonald's, you want to look, right?
Yep.
And you see something, you're like, oh, there it is. And, there's usually like a very brief description. And I'm getting a little older. My eyesight's not that great. So I got to squint a little bit. And by the time I squint and it focuses, the friggin' menu again, like it swooshes. And then there's a big hamburger, like advertising the new Angus burger or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, I can't, like, I have to wait for it to cycle through back to it, then I see it, then I go up, and then as I'm talking to the cashier, which I guess a lot of people don't do anymore, they just do it like on their phone or whatever. But I'll notice something else, but then it'll go away, and I'm like, oh my god! Like
then when you finally do get something, they'll say, "We're sorry, we're sold out of that."
Yeah, but this fast moving digital menu, there's obviously a reason why they're doing it. They want to show as many things as want. They're giving us. They're taking advantage of our short attention span or just our
but it is annoying
impulse, right? Like, oh my god, like look at that. That looks like a beautiful hamburger. Maybe I'll get that as well, right? Or all these little ads on like these smoothies or whatever it is, right?
But yeah, no, it is annoying.
It is so annoying. They all have it, and they're aggressive too. They're bright, and it takes over everything. It's not like the old days with the brown menus with the little sliding white numbers. Yeah, I like the look of that. I think King Burger in Renfrew still has that.
Yes.
They're not Burger King. Don't be mistaken.
Burger.
Yeah, Odie's King Burger. So if you want to go to a relic of a fast food place, go to King Burger in Renfrew. It is a time capsule. It's an old school drive-through. It has a speaker that is probably from 1965, and I can't understand how they can hear me make the order. And I can't hear thing.
And you go under the roof.
And you go under the roof. Yeah.
It's like a Jetson.
It's like a carport, and it has a Jetsons feel to it. And they make fantastic burgers and fries and gravy. It's phenomenal food.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, it's old school, and you can't sit in. You don't dine in. You just park up. There was one in Pembroke, but that burnt down a couple of months ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it burnt down, unfortunately. And then there was one in Armpire, but that closed down years ago. That was one I used to go to. But yeah, King Burger. So if you're ever in the Renfrew area, I guess I used to say Pembroke as well, but not anymore. Check out King Burger.
King Burger is very, very good.
Yeah. We should get them as a sponsor.
There we go. There we go. I think they're open all year round too.
Yeah, I've had them in the winter for sure. Yeah. So I go there on the way to my parents.
Yeah, we go there on the way to the cottage.
Yeah. Then I'll also do Wes's Chips in Arnprior.
Yeah, I've had Wes's Chips a couple times, but I've never.
I love it.
When he sold it for like $1 million and some.
Yeah, and they didn't change a thing, which is good. No. Now there's a few other little changes, like I think they offer mayonnaise on the side.
I love mayonnaise and French fries.
Yeah,
I picked up that habit when I was in New Zealand. I never did it before until I was in New Zealand.
It is good. I even throw a little ketchup in there too. With the mayonnaise, it's not that bad. I know it sounds crazy.
No,
but,
I could see it. I could see it. Yeah, no, for sure. So what time are we at?
1:10. You always seem to ask at the exact time.
It's funny, eh?
I think last episode was 1:08 or something.
1:08. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you get that. It's like when you have to get up and you wake up before your alarm, right? If you don't want to sleep in or anything like that. Or do you ever notice whenever you're driving?
Yeah.
Well, not you're driving, but if you're in a car and you're sound asleep, you always wake up just as you're like pulling.
Hold on a sec. When you're in a. Oh, no, not driving. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I zoned out there. Okay.
You notice when you're driving, you fall asleep. But do you ever notice, like, if you're a passenger in a car and you fall asleep, whenever you get home, like just before you get into the driveway, you always wake up?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. It's funny, you just know.
Yeah, I know. Or when you are driving, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh crap, I don't even remember really the last 50 seconds.
I know.
I don't even remember getting home, driving home.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, hopefully the Amazon drivers don't ever think that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Did you know Ottawa X-Files? You know there's 2 Ottawa streets in Orleans that intersect. You ever watch the X-Files?
No, I was never really got into it.
Okay, so but you are aware of like the 2 main characters, Mulder and Scully. There are 2 streets. One is called Mulder, and the other street is called Scully.
And they cross each other.
They were given the name by Claridge Holmes. I don't know, in the early 2000s.
By who?
Claridge Holmes, just some builder. They were given a list of approved names, and I think Scully was approved, and so they thought, hey, why not? Let's just do Mulder as well. I guess X-Files was still relevant back then. So anyway, just a little.
No, I never really got into the X-Files.
Sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, it was a little too scary for me because I'm a wuss ass. So, and that, but yeah, no, it was. What were we talking about the other day at work about the sound effect? Or the effects were so great in some old movie. What was that? We were talking about something
in a movie or TV show.
Oh, maybe it was a TV show.
I forget. The sound effects.
Well, or not the sound, but like just the effects. It was an older movie, and we were talking how great.
The practical effects. Well, not like Gremlins, right? Or
no, it was something else. It was some other movie, and we were saying that like.
Oh, no, I was talking to my son about that. He doesn't like the like practical puppetry and all that stuff. He like prefers CGI. He finds it unsettling. Stop motion effects. And
did you ever watch Ted Lasso?
Yeah, the first season and a half.
Okay, so the dude there, the main soccer dude, did he not always look like he was edited shot in like
CGI? Like what the proper term would be deep fake. Deep fake is like you get someone that stands in and they're the body, and then you can put their face, superimpose their face on.
Yeah, what's the term that we always use? Not I always bug my daughter about
like
this.
mashup sort of. No, CGI.
CGI. Maybe it was CGI. Maybe that's what I always say to her. But he does. He looks like he's like it's like a fake person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I noticed that a lot with shows, and yeah, it's weird.
Apparently he isn't. Apparently he was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you mean though. I've noticed that before. Or sometimes there's there'll be movies and they'll make there was one with Tom Hanks. They made him look younger, and it looks odd. It's like the uncanny valley. It's just this. It gives you this weird feeling. Like it doesn't look right. It looks real.
Photoshop. That's what I was
Photoshop. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. He looks like. But yeah, if you watch Ted Lasso, whatever the main soccer guy there who's always grumpy and everything, he looks like he's photoshopped in.
Yeah.
He looks like a robot.
Yeah.
Robot. Like it's the weirdest thing.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, speaking of robots, and we can talk about all the drones and.
Tech in the States.
Yeah, in the States.
Washington is that?
Yeah, let's save that for next episode, even though that'll be old news by then. But
have they ever figured out what it is?
yeah, there's all these different conspiracy theories and whatnot, right? I don't
Probably just a bunch of teenagers being jerks.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's probably a little bit more than that. It sounds like I honestly I haven't really gone down that rabbit hole. I just know there's always there's a lot of chitter chatter, but we got Ottawa has some robots and drones and stuff that I'd like to talk about next episode. So.
And
just by Barhaven.
Next episode, we're going to have Red John.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll have another guest. That's good. Every now and then, I guess. Sometimes we'll go 5 episodes without one, and sometimes we'll have like 3 in a row. Who knows, right? So that's good.
That's good. Yeah. And thanks to King for being our.
Oh yeah, person. Absolutely. Yeah, she was great to have on. She was fantastic.
We did a video on TikTok. But for anybody who listened to it. We talked about Christmas movies and tinsel, and the next day she dropped a nice gift off for us. I got a package of tinsel, and you got a mug, a cup that said, "This is my
holiday movie mug." I loved it. Yeah, or Christmas movie. I forget.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
So yes, thank you, King.
Yeah, thank you for coming in, and we'd love to have you back on too. So
it was her dad's birthday today or yesterday, Wallace King. So happy birthday, Wallace.
Nice.
Big shout out to you.
Both their birthdays are pretty close together.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Christine wants to get onto the podcast as well. So
here we go. And you had some friends over last night.
Yeah. So we have a guy who'd like to come on next Remembrance Day, assuming the podcast is still going on.
Still be going.
Yeah. So that's that.
We got lots of students who want to be on after they graduate.
Yeah, we can't.
We told them after they graduate they can.
That's fair. Right?
They can be on. But shout out to our students, to the students.
Absolutely. I know we try to keep this clean and friendly, and hopefully we succeeded with that.
Hopefully, sure. we did say the shit word a couple times, but that's nothing
that's
major.
right. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So no, they do. They're coming into the classroom all the time, getting buttons and promoting our podcast. So we appreciate it. It's a hot commodity around the school to have leaning on the pitchfork buttons. So
that's great. Yeah. So we'll maybe produce some more swag too. I like the mugs. Kind of gave me an idea there too. So that's good. So are we gonna say that's that? And
I think that's that.
Any other closing remarks or whatever?
No, just if you're in the rural area and you see a flashing green light, pull over because it's a volunteer firefighter going to possibly save somebody's life. So.
Perfect. All right. Nice. Well, thanks for listening to the Christmas episode of Leaning on the Pitchfork.
And
this was fun.
If you see somebody with a booger on their nose, let them know.
You got a bat in the cave.
You got a bat in the cave. And keep the zipper flap down.
Yeah, keep the flap down.
Keep the flap down. All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.